a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates morning show. Just before we chat with our next guest, we've got one more birthday to slip in. We almost missed one more birthday to slip in there, who celebrated on a Friday. This lovely lady. Can we get that picture up? Yep, one final birthday to slip in, and that's right. And this is Tracy McNeil Waldron, who celebrated her birthday on Friday. Auntie Tracy, lots of love going out to you from the entire Lowlands McNeil clan and from all of us here at Tobago Updates. Trust that you had a great one from your husband Andrew and family. So we love you and have a really wonderful week. In fact, enjoy the rest of May. It's yours. All right, viewers at this time. Viewers, at this time we are chatting with Onika Mars, who's the president and founder of Women of Substance. And this morning we're talking about Talking Out Seminar. But just before we get into all of that, in fact, Onika, good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Rhea. Thank you very much for having me this morning.
Now we're going to get into this seminar. We're going to get there. We just want to talk about what you've been up to lately. Just as recent as yesterday, you were featured. Women of Substance was featured in the TT Guardian. Tell us what that type of exposure does for you and for your organization.
I would say it does a lot because, of course, more persons would know who Women of Substance is and what we do. And, yesterday morning, I awoke to the article. I knew that it was going to be published, but, of course, forgot. I woke to the article and, a lot of persons on my WhatsApp contact saying congratulations. And I've also gotten some congratulations from Her Excellency Harriet Cross, British High Commissioner, and Shanti Moore, the Charge d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy. And, Mr. Shanti Moore said to me, Onika, listen, I read the article this morning and I couldn't help but, smile and say, Lord, Onika is getting the recognition because Women of Substance, we have been doing a lot. And a lot of times people may see that, it seems as though we are quiet, but we are behind the scenes working. Mm-hmm. So we have been working behind the scenes. And, I really must say thanks to Dr. Sophia Mohammed, the editor at We Magazine, TT Guardian, for doing that article because it has indeed reached far and wide. Actually, I got a message from a friend of mine in Ghana saying, listen, continue to fly the flag high. So it is great exposure, because at the end of the day, we want Women of Substance to become a household name. People must know us and know what we do.
Yeah. As well, there's some purple benches. Tell us about those purple benches that persons tend to sometimes ignore throughout Tobago and Trinidad, and the significance of those purple benches.
Okay, sure. So in November 2020, we launched our Purple Bench Domestic Violence campaign. And that saw us painting concrete benches in every community in Tobago and a few communities in Trinidad. Mm-hmm. The idea behind that is to raise awareness about domestic violence. And persons might ask, why paint concrete benches or why paint benches? The benches are a permanent reminder that in every community there exists a victim or survivor of domestic violence and abuse. These purple benches are branded with domestic violence messaging and contact information for agencies such as Women of Substance, Coalition Against Domestic Violence, mm-hmm. and the TTPS, so that persons can contact these agencies if they need help. We want people to know that domestic violence and abuse is real. It exists, and we want to keep the conversation going. So every time people see these purple benches, it is a reminder that, you know what, this exists. I may not be directly affected, but I sure know someone who is affected. Yeah. Hence the reason we decided to do those purple benches. In Trinidad, we have the purple benches in Arima, Chaguanas, and Barataria.
All right. And we're going to get into some of the international connections in just a little while, but we need to talk about that Talk It Out series that you've got coming up as well.
Okay, so on May 16th, 2023 is International Day of the Boy Child. And the theme for that day is boys and their mental health. So we decided that we would do a Talk It Out seminar. Very often we do programs that speaks to girls, yeah? What we at Women of Substance know is because the higher percentage of perpetrators are males, they are part of the problem, so they must be part of the solution. So we have often decided that, you know what, we need to include them in the conversation, yeah? So hence the reason we decided to have this program, and it is specifically for secondary school boys. So we've invited secondary school boys from the 9 secondary schools in Tobago. So I'm hoping and praying that the SS3 is listening to the program this morning so that so that we can collect our approval, you know, to have the boys come to Shore Park. We have 3 dynamic speakers in the persons of Mr. Shante Moore, the Charge d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy. Of course, as you know, Rhea, the U.S. Embassy have been a really great support to Women of Substance. And, you know, of course, I'm indeed grateful to them. We also have Richard Trumpet of 99.1, I think FM it is.
Yes.
Radio personality. We have also Mtima Solwazi of Roots Foundation, TT. Yeah. So we have those dynamic speakers, and we are creating a safe space so that the boys can, of course, share from a place where they will not be judged. So we are going to have a segment where they are going to be able to share whatever challenges they are facing and not be criticized, not be judged, because having spoken to a lot of young men in my community, the cry is, nobody listens to us. Nobody wants to hear us. You know, people pass and they see us on the block and they judge us. Nobody takes time to stop and ask, how are you? What have you been up to? What are you up to? Why are you here? You understand? So we want to have those conversations. And of course, the speakers are going to share their experiences with them and, you know, encourage them. At the end of the day, Rhea, we understand that if we continue to empower our girls and not empower our boys, there is going to be an inequality imbalance. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned here the boys. This is for secondary school boys.
Specifically.
Are we talking all secondary schools in Tobago boys?
All secondary schools. So we've invited 5 boys from each secondary school. We have also extended an invitation to the Civilian Conservation Corps and the MIC. So we've written to them asking permission to have 5 of their boys attend our program.
I really wish that all of our boys could be there. We have so many of our boys who are at risk. How do you select? How does the division, how does a school select 5 out of a possible 100 and 300-400 boys to send to such a workshop?
Right. Now, Rhea, we would have loved to have more. But as you know, we are a nonprofit organization, and we rely on people like yourself, members of the public, to sponsor our programs. So as we speak, you know, I mean, I am still awaiting sponsorship, still reaching out to persons, asking persons to sponsor, because of course we have to provide meals and snacks and stuff for these guys. We have to pay for the 2 of the facilitators, the speakers to come from Trinidad. We have to pay transportation and all that. You know, so it is a cost. So at some point in the future, we will be able to do more and facilitate more young men, because I also have a passion for working with young men because, of course, I have 2 sons and they were secondary victims of domestic violence and abuse. And I saw what it did to them. I saw the effect that it had on them. I saw the trust issues. I saw the pain, you know, them wanting to protect me and couldn't. So at this point, you know, it's like, listen, I was sharing with somebody last night, my sons don't even want to see an ants touch me because it's like, mommy, you know, we don't want...
We're not going back there.
Yeah.
We're not going
You understand?
back there.
So I'm really passionate about working with young men also, because if we invest in our young men, change definitely could take place.
Will take place.
Yeah.
All right. So this event is taking place on the 16th. Talk It Out. This Talk It Out series starts with on the 16th. And
It's
what
not
time?
a series though.
Not series. Seminar.
It's a seminar. It's 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and it's at Shore Park. And as I said, it is for secondary school boys, and we've extended invitation to CCC and MIC.
Right. And a number for persons to contact. How can persons contact you?
Persons can contact us at 496-1937 or 485-9534. That is 496-1937 or 485-9534.
She's trying to remember that number there, you know. Onika, thank you so much for being on the program with us, and always, you know, all the best to you. Continue to do what you do. And little did you know that there was purpose to your pain.
Amen. I agree to that. I tell people that it is only 7 years ago that I found my purpose, and, you know, I'm enjoying doing what God has called me to do. I'm not seeing myself as doing a job. You know, I am happy that I'm able to impact lives, and, you know, especially young persons. Like yesterday, Her Excellency said to me, Ms. Mars, it's an honor to be able to support women of substance, because you're not only speaking to adults, but to the youths, which is very, very important.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So all the best, and we're going to leave it there, viewers. We want to thank you so much for joining us today. We trust that you have a really great day. A special good morning going out this morning to Cassie Hosang. Wherever you are, Cassie, we trust that things are going to be looking up for you. So have a great one today. Tobago, have a wonderful day. And we've got GMT coming up with Candace. We're going to head on over to Tobago Notes and then GMT. So we'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed. Bye-bye.